Hi guys, Enigma here, and I'm a qualified body language analyst and private investigator. Before we begin, please do consider subscribing to the channel if you do enjoy the video. Thanks. So the doctor pacifies by scratching his head whilst also moving around the spot whilst tensing his brow. These are all signs of elevated stress levels that show he's nervous about what's going to happen. Now the top of the head is filled with nerve endings, and when the defense mechanism becomes triggered, blood is drawn away from these areas as the brain prioritizes the vital organs. This causes a strong tingling sensation that has to be itched.
Okay then, that's what I'll do. I will tell you a story.
When he says that he will tell a story, we see him licking his lips before tensing them. He licks them, which is a stress-induced physiological response. He's apprehensive about what he's going to do, and does this response as a result of that apprehension. He tightens his lips, which I think in this context is a conscious behavior he does to combat the feelings of adrenaline flooding his system, triggered by the defense mechanism. He knows he's about to do something of a huge consequence.
All these people who lived in terror of you and your judgment. All these people whose ancestors devoted themselves, sacrificed themselves to you. Can you hear them singing? Oh, you like to think you're a god?
Clara has a visibly elevated respiration rate here, which again indicates the stress response. Her breathing increases to fill her muscles with the oxygen they need to assist in survival. It's important to note that both positive and negative emotions can actually generate stress, excitement being one of the best examples. She's excited but also apprehensive here, which is why she's making extremely strong eye contact. As for the doctor, his body language is all over the place, as he's processing multiple different emotions. This causes rapid and noticeable shifts in his nonverbals. He tenses his brow, then does a prolonged blink whilst also smiling. It shows just how much the doctor feels reflecting on the people singing. He truly cares.
You're not a god. You're just a parasite eaten out with jealousy and envy and longing for the lives of others. You feed on them, on the memory of love and loss and birth and death and joy and sorrow. So, come on then, take mine. Take my memories. But I hope you've got a big appetite, because I have lived a long life, and I have seen a few things. I walked away from the last great Time War. I marked the passing of the Time Lords. I saw the birth of the universe, and I watched as time ran out.
So he's showing all the signs of the stress response. And this isn't because he's having his memories drained by the god. It's because he's remembering his life and the traumatic events of the Time War. He tenses his brow and mouth, as well as displaying psychomotor agitation by pacing around rapidly. He's filled with the adrenaline that was released due to the stress of him remembering his long life.
Moment by moment until nothing remained. No time, no space. Just me. I walked in universes where the laws of physics were devised by the mind of a madman. And I have watched universes freeze and creations burn. I have seen things you wouldn't believe. I have lost things you will never understand. And I know things, secrets that must never be told, knowledge that must never be spoken. Knowledge that will make parasite gods blaze. So come on then, take it all, baby. Have it. You have it all.
He begins crying here, or more specifically emotional crying, when remembering Omega and watching the universe freeze. Now, emotional tears actually contain cortisol, which is a stress hormone that generates feelings of anxiety and stress, and crying is a method the brain uses to reduce that sensation of arousal and vent the excess hormones. He also shows more facial tension as well as vocal tension, displaying just how emotional he is here. It's absolutely amazing and detailed acting. To finish off, he does what's called a grounding behavior, which is when we attempt to stabilize ourselves either by using a solid object or by lowering our center of mass to avoid falling over. It provides a comforting sensation and shows that he feels physically weak and vulnerable. Overall, this is an absolutely amazing scene, and Matt Smith's acting is out of this world. He really sells the trauma the Doctor has amassed over his 1,200 years of life. That's over 2,000 years if you add the classics. It's a really good scene.